What do you do if you're interviewing for a role that you were unsuccessful at the last time you interviewed for it? Well, there's three key things to keep in mind. If you, for instance, had been cooking a meal and you had a starter and a main course and a dessert, and you'd asked the people how it had gone, they didn't really like it or they hadn't enjoyed it or it hadn't landed that well, three things you could do. Maybe the starter, you make a bit better the next time. You do the same starter, but you make it better. Maybe the main course, you use a different main course that you've made before, but hadn't made that time. And maybe for the dessert, you make something completely new that you've never tried somewhere else or that you've never used in another piece of entertaining before. And in the interview, it's exactly the same. Which answers do you make better? Which answers do you replace with different answers? And which answers do you replace with new answers? So the better ones, it's just about reflecting on what didn't work and what you can shift and where you can maybe dial up the results more clearly, or where you can get really clear about your actions, or maybe replace we with I more often. For the different answers, it's identifying answers where there was a real weakness or where they didn't really demonstrate the skills that you wanted to, and replacing those with answers that you've maybe had before but you just didn't use in that context. And then for new, I think this is where it's most important. What answers have you got that demonstrate how you've changed since the last interview? So, what have you done that's new since the last interview? How have you taken on board that feedback? But call that out. For the better answers, you're just making improvements to that answer. For the different answers, those are answers that you already had, you just hadn't used. But for those new ones, those are the opportunity for you to really face into why you didn't get the job the last time and what you've done since then, the answers that you've now got that you didn't have, the tools that you've now got in your toolkit that you didn't have at that point. Those new answers are the ones that will really make you stand out. So next time you get an interview for a job that you've already interviewed for and been unsuccessful, which answers do you need to make better? Which answers do you need to replace for different answers? And which answers do you need to demonstrate that you've got new skills and new experience to bring to the table so that they can offer you the job this time? Let's create a career that you love.